made to you so special?
Back in 2020, Marvel's Avengers had released to a mixed reception where mostly the character designs were criticized for not looking similar to their MCU counterparts. But that didn't stop it from being the 7th best-selling game of 2020. Fast forward a year later, Square Enix and Sony decide to add a new character to their roster of playable characters, and this move ultimately faced backlash. Fans didn't take light of the stiffer web slinging, especially when there was already a SpiderMan game that banked on this very factor. Another reason was also that Square Enix had announced that SpiderMan won't be getting his own story missions. But the very involvement of this web crawler resulted in more than 120% increase in pre-order sales on Amazon. What I'm trying to get to is that Spider-Man is treated much like a real estate in the entertainment industry, and much has to do with how people are drawn to him.
I like Spider-Man because he's relatable. He's someone who has problems like every normal person would.
What makes the concept of a superhero stand out for me is the duality between the two alter egos. There's almost a back and forth between Peter Parker and Spider-Man. Spider-Man is the reason why Parker is late to his chores and his classes, which makes him less trustworthy in front of his friends and Aunt May. To some extent, it even gets him fired from his jobs.
Parker, hello, you're fired.
For Parker, Spider-Man may seem like a curse on him, which might be the reason why Peter Parker is termed as an unethical journalist by audiences. But he doesn't let go of this mantle. Why?
Any more bright ideas?
I got a few. Yeah. Hey, buddy, it's okay. It's all right. Hey, look. Just a normal guy.
Hey, how you doing? Don't worry about it, I got you.
Yes! Yes!
Hey, big guy, quit moving around!
Sorry, sir, so sorry.
Not only is this a really fun dynamic, but it's also reflective of how we as people are fed up of doing certain things, but we still do it for reasons we have no idea of.
The great Stan Lee once said that, other than his instinct of keeping his identity secret, Spider-Man wears a mask so that he can hide his fear. Spider-Man's sense of humor may seem to go against the point of him appearing human, and it can be looked as a coping mechanism when he is up against his iconic baddies. And speaking of which, Spider-Man has riled quite the rogues gallery, including Carnage, Dr. Octopus, Electro, Green Goblin, Kingpin, Kraven the Hunter, Morbius, Mysterio, Rhino, Venom, and of course... Another thing to note about Spider-Man is how he doesn't have that many powers, but what makes him stand out is his creative thinking and him not wanting to give up even in the face of danger. I mean, he's looked worse before. This is one of the reasons why the iconic train scene from Spider-Man 2 has gone down to be one of the best action sequences put to a comic book film.
So, what makes Spider-Man so special is that he's got heart. He is what I would call nature's punching bag. But at the end of every one of his fun-filled escapades, he still strives to be the protector his city needs, as well as coming in terms to the kind of person he is to himself, as well as to his loved ones.
Then again, the point of this video could be summed up by saying what makes people identify a character is solely dependent by the person themselves. They can relate with Batman, they can relate with Iron Man, or they can relate with Willy Wonka.
So that's it for today. A special thanks to my friend Arian for helping me present this episode. I'll bid you another farewell from another video, and I'll see you next time.